Stories from Maine is a collection of true tales and legendary stories of daring, heroism, absurdity, disaster, and spectacle, all proving why many of the greatest legends in American history are our stories from Maine. In late May of 1965, one of the most legendary sporting events in United States history took place in the city of Lewiston, Maine. When it was over, the most well-recognized photograph in sports history had been captured. A confusing and enduring controversy had begun, and a true and legendary American icon had been born. Stay with us and hear the true and amazing story of the fight, the fix, and the phantom punch on this all-new weekly episode of Stories from Maine. Our podcast begins right now.
This is our Stories from Maine podcast for the third week of May, 2025. Stories from Maine is authored by historian Lori Suzanne Dell. Her books, Stories from Maine and Stories from Maine 2, as well as all of her books, are available through book retailers and can be found on Amazon. You can follow Stories from Maine on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify at Stories from Maine. And you can email us at storiesfrommaine@gmail.com. Now, let's go over to James for this week's story.
This true and legendary story from Maine's history will be narrated by author and historian Lori Suzanne Dell. Here now is the story of the fight, the fix, and the phantom punch.
On May 25th of 1965, what took place in Lewiston, Maine, shook the world of professional sports. It launched an enduring controversy, and it became one of the most legendary of our stories from Maine. Our story begins at the Miami Beach Convention Center on February 25th of 1964, and the fight for the heavyweight championship of the world between challenger Cassius Clay and reigning champion Sonny Liston. Liston had defeated heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson to win the title 2 years earlier.
The winner and the new world heavyweight boxing champion, Sonny Liston.
Now, Liston was set to defend against Cassius Clay, an up-and-coming former Olympic gold medalist.
Cassius Clay, the winner for the USA.
Who had defeated Henry Cooper to become the #1 contender. Clay had fast feet and a faster mouth.
You tell Sonny Liston that I'm here with Sugar Ray. Joe Louis is flat-footed and Sonny Liston is flat-footed. Sugar Ray and I are too pretty dancers. We can't be. I'm ready to rumble.
Liston was fierce and menacing, and many fighters refused to meet up with him. And Liston was the 7-1 favorite.
Hello, everybody. I'm Steve Ellis here at ringside, Miami Beach Convention Hall. We're almost all set to go for that World Heavyweight Championship fight. The puncher, champion Sonny Liston. The boxer, challenger Cassius Clay.
The former Olympic light heavyweight champion, Cassius Clay. And his opponent from Denver, Colorado, the heavyweight champion of the world, Charles Sonny Liston.
Clay going round this ring.
as fast as he said he would. He said he was going to be a dancer, and that's the way he is going to work it. And Lewiston is cut underneath his left eye. Lewiston is cut under the left eye in round 3. Those jabs of Clay have opened up a cut on Lewiston's face. And now he's punishing the champion heavily. And Lewiston is in desperate trouble. He's got him going. Lewiston's face is bleeding and he can't stop the punches coming into him. Clay has now travelled further with Lewiston than any man has done against the champion for 3.5 years. Round 5. More drama, more sensations here now. As Clay complains that he can't see properly and he's blinking and he's got something in his eyes. And Lewiston will be merciless, he won't give him any mercy. And Clay's still squinting. And Clay's corner are complaining that something has got on those gloves and he's rubbed it into his eyes. Now he's clubbing viciously, primitively and savagely now to try and beat down this young challenger. Clay's taken the punches and he's still standing up there and he's still playing about with Lewiston with the left hand. Look at this. He's taunting him. He's making a fool of the champion. Six rounds completed, and the convention hall is rising not to the champion here, but to the challenger, Sonny Lewiston. The challenger, Cassius Clay. An amazing night. Has stopped such fighters as Zora Foley, Roy Harris, Nino Valdez, Cleveland Williams, Mike DeJohn, all these he's stopped. What he might do. And what's happened? Clay has won! Clay has won! Something has happened in Lewiston's corner, they're not going on. And Cassius Clay has won after 6 rounds, and there's the champion, the ex-champion, sitting despondently in his corner. A sensation to end all sensations. It's all over at the end of the 6th round, and Cassius Clay is the new champion of the world.
Took him in 7.
I am the king of the world.
Hold it.
I'm pretty.
Hold it, you're not that pretty.
I'm a bad man.
Wait.
I shook up the world.
Immediately, there were suspicions that Lewiston had thrown the fight. Investigations began in both Florida and in Washington.
That as of December 1960, Sonny Lewiston was controlled by 2 powerful racketeer groups.
Are you associated with or have a business connection with John Vitale and Frank Palermo in the management or the contract of Sonny Lewiston?
You ever threatened any manager or boxer or promoter at any time? I respectfully decline to answer the question on the ground that I cannot be compelled to be a witness against myself.
Yet there were rumors of a rematch.
A rematch? Yeah, he wants one.
A return bout was scheduled for the Boston Gardens for Monday, November 16th of 1964. But the fight was quickly in jeopardy.
Doctors in Boston say there won't be a heavyweight title fight Monday night. Cassius Clay has suffered an abdominal hernia.
Clay was stricken just as he sat down to eat dinner tonight at his hotel and was rushed to the hospital where he was x-rayed and taken to the surgery floor for examination.
The big bout, slated for Boston next Monday, has suffered what's estimated to be a 6-month setback.
The rematch date was now reset to May 25th of 1965. But while recuperating from surgery, Cassius Clay changed his name to Muhammad Ali after joining the Nation of Islam. And Sonny Lewiston had gotten into serious trouble with the law in Colorado, and rumors began spreading that a fix was planned for the rematch. Suddenly, growing concerns and disagreements over fight revenues saw Boston officials ban the rematch, and no city, not even the mob-controlled boxing mecca of Las Vegas, Nevada, wanted the fight.
Well, the defense attorney just announced to the court the fight would not be held in Boston.
Promoters struggled to find a venue for the potentially lucrative rematch. In May 1965, a venue was finally found in the town of Lewiston in Maine.
Lewiston, Maine adopts the heavyweight championship fight banned in Boston.
Eventually I got a call from them. And they says, can you put this fight on in 2 weeks? Now this is the world heavyweight championship fight, 2 weeks. I says, yes, I can.
They had to call a rematch off because Allie had a hernia. No cities seemed to want this bout this side of Hibernia. They tried to do it in Boston, but their efforts were in vain. In desperation, they went with a hockey rink in Maine. Tell me where they fought that night.
The city of Lewiston.
Who did Muhammad Ali fight?
It was Sonny Liston.
Liston set up his training camp at the Poland Springs Resort. And while the former champion was connecting with locals, Ali remained at his camp in Chicopee, Massachusetts. While Liston and Ali both prepared themselves, Lewiston also prepared everything necessary for a heavyweight championship event. A few days before the fight, Ali arrived in Auburn.
Ready to battle!
But fears about the Nation of Islam and rumors of mafia reprisals had created a very tense atmosphere.
The rumors were that they were coming up here to kill him. And I'm saying, why does this have to happen to me?
Because there was fear that Liston was going to be assassinated, or that Clay, now Ali, because of Malcolm X, who had been assassinated in the interim, was also going to be a target. Everybody was frisked on the way into St. Dominic's Arena.
Sonny Liston challenges Cassius Clay on a bright, placid day in May, and for a few hours, the eyes of the sports world focus on this normally quiet northern New England industrial city of 41,000.
It was on May 25th, 1965. Sonny Liston was the scariest pugilist alive. Even though Ali had beaten Liston in Miami, folks said he couldn't win again without a hex or whammy. Tell me where they fought that night.
The city of Lewiston.
Who did Muhammad Ali fight?
It was Sonny Liston.
Hello, everybody. I'm Steve Ellis, reporting from ringside in the big fight on the big night. If you like daring, if you like speed, then you like the title holder, Mr. Cassius Clay. If you like a blockbuster, power-packed all the way, you'll go for the avenging ex-champion, Charles Sonny Liston. It's going to be a big one. Unusual locale tonight, but definitely unusual all the way. A little town of Lewiston, Maine, really 41,000 faithful fans here will see this big one once in a lifetime for these people from Maine, and they love it too. They've turned out in droves. They've turned out to cheer for the big fight on this big night. Manufacturing city, a wonderful little town. They really enjoy both fist fighters in this locale. Press headquarters, training headquarters of the challenger, Charles Sonny Liston, the Poland Spring Hotels. Poland Spring Inn. They tell us, and we'll tell you, George Washington slept here.
Sit down, baby. Say, can you see by the dawn's early
Dozens of famous entertainers and champions attended the fight.
Heavyweight champion of Canada, George Chavallo. Retired featherweight champion, Sandy Sadler. One of the greatest featherweight champions of all time, Willie Pett. Newly crowned light heavyweight champion, Jose Torres. Former heavyweight king, the Cinderella Man, James J. Berta. The only man ever to regain the heavyweight title, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Floyd Patterson. Former heavyweight champion from Boston, Jack Sharkey. Retired, undefeated heavyweight king, Rocky Marciano. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis.
Let's get to the fight itself, to the one that has caused national controversy and national headlines throughout the past week. Let's go to the Central Maine Youth Center.
Pretty good gathering on hand. Many of the famed newspaper guys, approximately 4,000 fans in the stands here in Lewiston, Maine. Let's go back and see what Johnny Addy might add for us.
And the referee, ladies and gentlemen, the former heavyweight champion of the world, Jersey Joe Walcott. The main event, 15 rounds for the heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing from Denver, Colorado, the former heavyweight champion and now the challenger, Sonny Liston.
Sonny Liston, very popular with the folks here in Lewiston, Maine. No kidding about that.
His opponent from Louisville, Kentucky, the heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali.
I'm not going to go with a lot of preliminaries. I know you both know the rules of Maine, so I'm in here to enforce them. So I'll say to you, keep your punches up, protect yourself at all times. Good luck. Shake hands, come out fighting.
All right, we're just about ready to go. Muhammad Ali saying a prayer in his corner before coming out to meet the challenger. And did you notice the way Liston was sweating under those hot lights? We're 15 seconds from the bell. Our ABC clock timing the fight will be superimposed at the bottom of your screens. Here we go. Tactics the same as in the first fight. Established almost immediately. Clay moving consistently to the left, virtually in a circle. Liston relying upon the left jab. To 1 minute. 1 minute, the time officially proclaimed by the Maine Boxing Commission as the end of the fight. Good right by Clay. Did you see the punch? Did you see it?
Sonny cannot move. Check the time.
By the ABC clock, 1 minute 53 seconds was 10 seconds after Lewiston hit the canvas. There's the confused one.
1 minute of the first round, the winner by a knockout, and still the heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali.
Isn't that incredible that they should call it 1 minute?
Muhammad Ali, better known as Cassius Clay. Muhammad, what was the punch that won it for you?
Well, the punch that won the fight for me, well, I believe was a left hook or a right cross. One of the two. I really can't think because I was moving too fast.
A left hook or a right cross?
Did you hear the count? Did you know?
No, I didn't.
You didn't hear the count.
Sonny, did the punch surprise you? Clay says
Yes, it did.
Clay says it was a new tactic, the counter right.
It was a surprising punch.
If you had picked up the count, would you have been able to continue?
Yes, I would.
Sonny, do you feel a disappointment at all? What actually are you?
Yes, I do. Feel real disappointed. I think it was because of my main point was to get him and get it over with.
What was your plan? Were you going to try and get him early or stay with him?
Well, I was going to stay with him.
He got hit hard. I hit him with a punch that Jack Johnson used called the anchor punch. Stephen Fetcher, the old great Hollywood movie star, as I told you, he's working with me, and we were in secret training on something called the anchor punch. And this is a punch that Jack Johnson took to the graveyard with him.
It was the right hand.
I suppose it must have hurt you.
Well, I wouldn't say it hurt me.
Don't you think you could have beaten the count then?
Yes, if he'd got away from over. Well, how can a man get up when he's standing over you?
They tried to say it was a fix. Then they're saying that the judge was a fix. They're saying that the referee was phony. They're saying that my managers are phony, Angelo Dundee. They're saying the Lewiston's people are phony. They're saying that the state commissioner's phony. And couldn't nobody pull no fix before the world like that.
Lewiston was scared to death of the black Muslims. He was threatened by the black Muslims, and he took a dive. Everybody knows it. I knew it, and I was quite vocal about it in the ring after.
Was there a punch?
Yes, there was a punch, Howard, but I didn't think it was hard enough to crush a grape.
Weren't you under the impression that he slipped or tripped rather than fell?
Yes, I did, because Clay was in no position at the time to throw a solid punch. Except I saw the punch, and the list looked very slow, and there was so much confusion, you can't tell what was going on.
See, that punch continues to remain very much in dispute. The big questions remain unanswered. Yes, there was a punch, but was it of sufficient force to knock out a man who had never been floored before? What about the referee, Jersey Joe Walter, and his total confusion? And that's the way it was that May 25th, 1965 in Lewiston, Maine, in a high school hockey rink where they had a heavyweight championship match.
25 years before the Ali and Lewiston circus hit town, one Maine man dared to attain the heavyweight crown. On December 16th of 1940, world's heavyweight boxing champion Joe Louis fought his 12th title defense at the Boston Gardens. It was the first heavyweight championship ever to be fought in Boston. And Louis took on Waterville, Maine native and New England heavyweight champion Florian Alfred Labrasseur, who fought under the name of Al McCoy. The fight was scheduled for 15 rounds. Lewis held a 21-pound weight advantage over McCoy and was a 2-to-1 favorite to win. In front of a crowd of over 13,000, McCoy held his own, and at times landed punches that stunned the champion. Yet, Joe Louis had landed more hard, accurate punches. And by the end of the 5th round, McCoy had suffered enough at the hands of the champion, and the fight was mercifully stopped.
Because of bad condition to McCoy's left eye, he refuses to continue, and Joe Louis, still heavyweight champion of the world.
The Ollie Liston fight was not the only heavyweight championship title fight ever held in Maine. On November 26th of 1906, in a time when boxing was segregated along racial divides, world's colored heavyweight boxing champion Jack Johnson, just over 2 months after fighting an exhibition bout against Maine native Billy Dunning in Millinocket, fought a title defense against #1 black contender Joe Jeanette at the Portland Armory. The fight lasted 10 rounds before it was stopped, and now legendary champion Jack Johnson had retained his title. Today, the old Portland Armory, the site of this forgotten championship bout, still exists. It is now the Portland Regency Hotel. Muhammad Ali, who began his career as Cassius Clay, went on to become a 3-time heavyweight champion and one of the most celebrated pugilists of all time. Unfortunately, Sonny Liston would see the decline of his career after this fight, and he would die just 5 years later, under suspicious circumstances. As for the big fight in the little hockey rink in Maine, it is where the most iconic photograph in all of sports was taken. And today the world still debates the fix and the phantom punch. Today the Ollie Liston II fight has become one of the most infamous bouts in the history of professional boxing. And it all took place at what is now the Lewiston Coliseum. And now, the Ollie Liston fight is one of our most legendary stories from Maine.
Tell me where they fought that night.
The city of Lewiston.
Who did Muhammad Ali fight?
It was Sonny Liston.
Ali's right hand was a streak.
It shot out like a piston.
Catching Sonny on the cheek.
Down went Sonny Liston.
It was on May 25th, 1965. Sonny Liston was the scariest pugilist alive. Even though Ali had beaten Liston in Miami, folks said he couldn't win again without a hex or whammy. Tell me where they fought that night.
The city of Lewiston.
Who did Muhammad Ali fight?
It was Sonny Liston.
Ali's right hand was a streak.
It shot out like a piston.
Catching Sonny on the cheek.
Down went Sonny Liston.
They had to call a rematch off cause Ali had a hernia. No cities seemed to want this bout this side of Hibernia. They tried to do it in Boston, but their efforts were in vain. In desperation, they went with a hockey rink in Maine. Tell me where they fought that night.
The city of Lewiston.
Who did Muhammad Ali fight?
It was Sonny Liston.
Ali's right hand was a streak.
It shot out like a piston.
Catching Sonny on the cheek.
Down with Sonny Liston.
Ali may have been lucky with an unpredicted win, but he went on to be the best heavyweight that's ever been. And in a way it started with that right to Sonny's noggin in a little hockey rink beside the Androscoggin. Tell me where they fought that night.
The city of Lewiston.
Who did Muhammad Ali fight?
It was Sonny Liston.
Ali's right hand was a streak.
It shot out like a piston.
Catching Sonny on the cheek.
Down with Sonny Liston.
Catching Sonny on the cheek.
Down with Sonny Liston.
We hope you have enjoyed our Stories from Maine weekly podcast episode, The Fight, The Fix, and The Phantom Punch. Join us again next week for another all-new episode of Stories from Maine. Thanks for listening.
All new episodes of our Stories from Maine podcasts stream each Saturday on our YouTube and Spotify channels. Please like, subscribe, and follow Stories from Maine on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify at Stories from Maine. All original content is copyright 2025, with all rights reserved. See you next week.